And I'd like to thank the Moorish for the wonderful songs to keep the spirit uplifted, keep the ethers vibrating. And I'm going to not hesitate, but I'm going to call Sister Johnson-Bey, who is our Assistant Grand National Secretary. Also, she's from Hope, Indiana, Temple number 55. Come on, Sister Johnson-Bey.
On the battlefield, I'm a high-fighting soldier. On the battlefield, I'm a high-fighting soldier. On the battlefield, and I keep bringing souls to all about the service that I give. I'm gonna walk right and talk right and sing right and pray right. On the battlefield, yeah, I'm gonna walk right and talk right and sing right and pray right. On the battlefield, yes, I'm gonna walk right and talk right and sing right and pray right. On the battlefield, and I keep bringing souls to all about the service that I give. I'm a hard-fighting soldier on the battlefield. Yeah, I'm a hard-fighting soldier on the battlefield. Yes, I'm a hard-fighting soldier on the battlefield. And I keep bringing souls to all about the service that I give. He's my rock, my shield, my sword, my all on the battlefield. Yeah, my rock, my shield, my sword, my all on the battlefield. Yes, he's my rock, my shield, my sword, my all on the battlefield. And I keep bringing souls to all about the service that I give. I'm a hard-fighting soldier on the battlefield. Yeah, I'm a hard-fighting soldier on the battlefield. Yes, I'm a hard-fighting soldier on the battlefield. And I keep bringing souls to all about the service that I give.
Islam.
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 Praise Allah.
Praise Allah.
Praise Allah, the Holy One.
Yes.
I give great praise to Allah, the Father of the universe. We need to be conscious of Allah with every breath we take. Because isn't man the breath made flesh? And what have you to say about holy breath? Amen. Praise Allah. He's everything to us. Allah is justice, mercy, love, and right. We are his children. We are made in his image and after his likeness. Now, if Allah is justice, mercy, love, and right, and we possess the potencies and attributes of Allah, we need to be all of those things. Now, we like to be justice, but we sometimes forget the mercy, love, and right. We can't forget it. And when we look at each other, we are all brothers and sisters. What we do to one another, we do to Allah. What we do for one another, we do for Allah. And that is the only way we can serve him.
That's right.
He is our salvation. I give all praises to Allah. I give honor to his son and our brother man, Prophet Noble Ali. He was obedient to Allah. He was an angel of Allah. He did not fall. He came here as a pattern for us, for mankind. He brought us a roadmap showing us how to find our way back to Allah because we were lost. We were lost. He came teaching us about our nationality. Not only did he bring us the name of our God, but he came teaching us about a nationality, letting us know who we are. Before the prophet came, we were mistreated and subject to all kinds of abuses. We were calling ourselves Negro, black folks, colored folks, coons, anything that was negative. We did that. The prophet came letting us know we have a nationality.
That's right.
And if we are the children of Father God Allah, he told us it was a sin for us to call ourselves those marks because our Creator is the great God of the universe. So if we are his children, we can't be those things. So he came enlightening us. But you know, he told us, he said, we have to practice love.
That's right, sister.
We have to practice love.
That's right.
He told us the hardest thing that we had to do was learn to love instead of to hate.
Yes.
Now, when you practice something, you have to study. When you learn it, you have to study and practice. We can't sit down at a piano and play it today. But if we study it, we can learn. So let's do a little practice here tonight. Turn to the person to your right and to your left and tell them you love them. Not lust. Not lust, love.
We understand what you're talking
We're going to get it right, Moors. There is no failure for the human soul and our lives living on in victory shores. So we want to look for the best in others and give them the best in us. Look for the best in others and give them our best. And I'm going to share with you something that Brother Johnson-Bey told the Moors at the 13th annual National Convention. It was 76 years ago. He said, "Nothing will do any of us any good but love and unity. There is but one prophet, one temple, and that is the Moorish Science Temple of America." And in keeping with that spirit of love, 2 years before that, he told the Moors, he said, "If you have anything against any sister or brother here, don't be a traitor. Don't betray the 5 principles, those grand principles of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice." He told us, he said, we can't deal justice.
That's right.
He said, justice and justly are 2 different parts of speech, and we need to understand that
Come on, that's right.
as we deal with one another. He also told the Moors then, he said, and this was 78 years ago, the Moors, he said, "One word of wisdom is worth 10 hours of prayer," according to the Holy Koran of Mecca. He said, "Any temple in America that has taken my instructions are getting along fine." And you know, the Holy Koran in that introduction, the prophet teaches us, he says, "These secret lessons are for all of those who love Jesus
That's
and
right.
desire to know about his life, works, and teachings." And he teaches us that in this Holy Koran, he tells us what this Holy Koran, these instructions can do for us as parents, a husband, wife, as well as children. He tells us this is what he can do for you. This is our salvation. This can bring us peace.
That's right, sister.
So, Morris, I give honor to Brother Johnson-Bey, to the prophet, to Brother Johnson-Bey, to all of the current heads of the Moorish Science Temple of America, and glad to have 2 of them in our presence, Brother R. Lovell, former Grand Sheik of the Moorish Science Temple of America, as well as our current head, Brother R. Johnson-Bey. I give honor to all national, state, and local officials here. And I give honor to each and every one of you here tonight, because there are no happenings. Law governs all events. We need to remember that. So thank and praise Allah that we are all here together. We're able to learn. I give honor to everything that honor has been given to before, because I don't want to get the hook tonight. I love you, my sister. But I'm going to read from the Holy Koran also. And I'm going to read the chapter that the chairman started out with on page 40, chapter 32. Holy instruction from the prophet, charity. And charity is one of the maxims of truth. The prophet teaches us, teach him charity and he shall gain
Love.
all right. That's the only way you're going to be able to do it. The prophet teaches us, he said, "Happy is the man who hath sown in his breast the seeds of benevolence. The produce thereof shall be charity and love." If you are around someone and they are not happy, or if you're not happy, ask yourself what you've sown in here. What do you got in here? Because you know, you can't plant a pea and get a bean.
That's right.
Now, I know they genetically engineer seeds these days, but this is the truth, Moors. And the prophet teaches us, he said, truth cannot change or pass away. And I know some people say truth don't change or pass away. When you say don't, you're saying it's optional. There's no truth. There's no option with truth. It cannot change or pass away. He said, from the fountain of his heart shall rise rivers of goodness, and the streams shall overflow for the benefit of mankind. He assisteth the poor in their trouble. He rejoiceth in furthering the prosperity of all men. This is somebody who's going to gain love. They have love of self. They gain love of self. And you can't help but admire and love someone who's charitable and giving. Think in terms of Prophet Noble Jurali, Brother C. Herman Bay. Or think of someone that you know personally in your own midst who does those things. It's wonderful. He censured not his neighbor. He believeth not the tales of envy and malevolence, neither repeateth he their slanders. We don't need to be getting no dirt on nobody. No, we want to hear all about it. We want to tell you all about it. No, we don't want to be like that, Moors. You know, the prophet teaches us, he gives us so much credit as humanity that we would not lower our dignity to deal in these type actions. He forgiveth the injuries of men. He wipeth them from his remembrance. Revenge and malice have no place in his heart. You know, we have this instinctive reaction, or we think it's a reflex. You hit me, I'm going to hit you back. You say something to me that's offensive, I'm going to up it and say something even more offensive to you. When does it stop? Have you engaged in that type of activity, and have you found any peace? He teaches about that lower self, offering you pleasure, joy, and satisfying gain, but gives unrest, misery, and death. Let it go. Take that low road sometimes, because you know what? It's going to, well, what I mean is, I understand what you're saying, but I don't mean act low. I don't mean act low, but if you have somebody who wants to act lofty, like they know it all, let them do it. Show that humility. Some people think humility is a weakness. Humility is a strength.
That's right.
It's discipline of character. It is a strength.
That's right.
For evil he returneth not evil. He hateth not even his enemies, but requited their injustice with a friendly admonition. When you got that purity in heart, you can't hate. You can't hate. It's not permitted. When you look at your brother or sister, if we are created and made in the image and likeness of Allah, like my grand governor, Brother W. Johnson-Bey said, think in terms of seeing Allah on that person's forehead. Think of what you're doing to them, you're doing to Allah. Right. Will that change your actions? Will it make you more conscious? The griefs and anxiety of men excite his compassion. He endeavors to alleviate the weight of their misfortunes, and the pleasure of success reward of his labor. Have you done a good deed from your heart before? You know that good feeling it gives you? It's something you can't put a price tag on. You should want to repeat that feeling. And the only way you're going to be able to do it is by trying to assist and help others, because again, we can't do anything for Allah, but we want to serve him. We have to serve our brother and our sister. He calmeth the fury. He healeth the quarrels of angry men, and preventeth the mischiefs of strife and animosity. He promoteth in his neighborhood peace and goodwill, and his name is repeated with praise and benedictions. So again, I think in terms of Jesus, because keep in mind, these secret lessons are for all of those who love Jesus and desire to know about his life, works, and teachings. And wouldn't it be wonderful? You remember in the Holy Quran about how the wise men spoke in praise of the personality of the Nazarene? Don't we want good things to be said about us? I mean, we don't want to be false flattery or anything in our vanity, you know. Check it. But if we are trying to follow Prophet Noble Jurali, son of Father God Allah, and we love Jesus, we're going to have peace. And like Brother C. Herman Bay told them 78 years ago, essentially, if you follow his instructions that he had given the Moors, which Brother C. Herman Bay followed the instructions of the prophet and overdrew Ali. He did not. He reminded the Moors of what the prophet said. He reminded the Moors to study their holy Koran and the divine law. And he let them know, if you do these things, you're going to have peace in your temple. And if you're not having peace in your temple, figure out what you've planted. Thank you, Moors. Peace.
No stranger now, no stranger now. I have been introduced into the Father and the Son, and I ain't no stranger now. If I could, well, I'd surely would. Oh, if I could. I surely, if I could, I would. Oh, well, if I could, I surely would stand on that rock, where the prophet stood. No, I ain't no stranger now, no stranger now, no stranger now. Oh, no, I ain't no stranger now, no stranger now, no stranger now. I have been introduced into the Father and the Son, and I ain't no stranger now. Crying, oh, sing it, sister. Unto Allah, unto Allah, oh, crying, holy unto Allah, unto Allah, unto Allah. Oh, well, if I could, I surely would stand on that rock, where the prophet stood. No, I ain't no stranger now, no stranger now, ain't no stranger now. Oh, no, I ain't no stranger. Sing it, sister. Now. No stranger. I ain't no stranger now. I have been introduced to the Father and the Son, and I ain't no stranger. I ain't no stranger now. And hide your face, hide your face. Oh, sinner, run and hide your face, and hide your face, run and hide your face. Sinner, run to the rock and hide your face. No, I ain't no stranger. I ain't no stranger now.
All right. I'd like to thank the Moors for those beautiful songs. And I'd like to thank our Assistant Grand National Secretary, Sister N. Johnson-Bey, for the words that she spoke, and also for reading chapter 32 from the Divine Instructions from the Prophet Charity.
Why is it hard to understand? He was divinely prepared. Why is it hard to understand? He was divinely prepared.
Dear Prophet Noble Drew Ali, Brother D. Lewis ill, please pardon me. But I just wanted to write you this letter. Since I started to follow your lessons, my life's got better. And no, I never met you on this carnal flesh.